Okay, we are at Waverly Lake. It's a campground. I was told about it from a nice woman in the Phillips 66 back in Franklin. We're probably, I'd say, about 5 miles or so away from, maybe even a little bit more from Waverly. I was told by the cop that they had something going on in town, so I got the feeling I wasn't really wanted there. He kept telling me, you should probably go here, and wait it out for a few days. Like, all right. And honestly, you may have been doing it for my own benefit, just to keep people off my back, because there would have been so many people in the town. And Lord knows, sometimes the bigger they get, the unfriendlier they are. So, but Waverly doesn't seem that big, to be honest. I wouldn't imagine that it would be that. But you never know. You don't really know until you go into places, honestly. Like Garden City, Kansas. You would have never have thought it. But they were some of the sweetest people I ever met. In a giant city. Only one jerk that I met the whole time, which is crazy. It's a nice little area. The lake's over there, but I don't swim, and Lola's a desert dog, so she doesn't swim. She's trying to cool down right now. It's hot, like, Jesus, it's hot. Oy. Just coming down this road was pain. Wasn't too bad coming up it, but once we hit right here, it was gravel, and that cart do not mix. And it's over there. Just chilling out. I'll be camping there. There's a little porta potty over there. There's a fire already made up, but I won't be doing that. Too damn hot for a fire. And I got my cooker and whatnot, so I'll probably make some food. Haven't made food in God knows how long. It's been a minute. Haven't really had the need to. Thanks to the kind people. I've been pretty much set. I would ask people of one thing, like, I appreciate anyone that helps me, but if you're going to help me, don't also in turn feed your dog. Let me show you something. What in the hell tells you that my dog is not fed? That girl is chunky. Like, even every cop I've met has been like, oh yeah, she's a chunker. Like, yeah, like, how the hell? She's been over 1,000 miles. How is she chunky? Because she eats. Because I don't starve my dog. Because she's my first priority, second priority, and third priority, and then I can deal with my priorities. It annoys me. It honestly does. That stereotype. But that's the kind of stereotype, given what's going on with this whole Trump executive order crap. Like, I'm going to speak on that. Normally, I don't really care for that political stuff, but to be honest, something needs to be said, and who better than people that are actually in the situation and possibly affected by it. I don't do drugs. I don't have any kind of mental health issues. What about the 30% of us that don't? They talk a lot about the mental health and whatnot, but yeah, we tend to get lumped in to groups. Doesn't matter if you don't do drugs or this or that. It's the perception. That's all that matters. People presume and they judge. And then they're calling the cops and saying, well, he's probably a problem to society. You should check him. These are the same people that called on their neighbors when COVID hit. And I'll say COVID. I don't give a damn. You can censor me all you want. I don't care. The likes, the clicks, none of that shit really means anything to me. It never really has. At the end of the day, this was to show, my journey. Show my my people I met along the way, my friends. But other than that, I don't care about attention. I don't really give a damn. That's why I rarely show my face. I don't care. I mean, it's not like my face isn't out there. It's on my profile picture. I have videos with my face. The podcasts I do with my friends, I show my face. No problem there. Just I'm not the main star. Little Miss Lola is, and the experience is, not me. I definitely see. I read a lot about that Trump shit last night. I don't know. It's a slippery slope, man. It's a very, very slippery slope. And it was said before, those that give up, their freedoms and liberties for safety and security deserve neither. And that's where we're about to get. And you think it's going to stop at the homeless? That's cute. You wish it would, but it's not going to. It's going to start with the homeless, the undesirables, those that they deem not functional for society. And really, what determines, if you can't take care of yourself? Most would assume, looking at me, and if you looked at any fiscal records, that I am not able to live. And yet, here I am, alive. Hell, one would say a little on the chunky side. My dog, a little on the chunky side. So how is it? Like, there are different means in which to survive. And before all this crap, I was a woodsman. I spent my time in national forest. I prefer it. Who's the government? We pay the government to then set rules on what we can and cannot do. Even if we don't agree with them, allow us to tax the hell out of us until even the people that are doing well are starting to feel the pressure. Right? My sister makes quite a bit of money. Not like rich by any means, but enough to where she does better than most that are making, minimum wage. She does better than that. But even she's struggling. And she's like my prime example of what a good person is and what you should be doing. And if she's struggling, that makes me freaking nervous. Because I'm already at the bottom of it. Got to get myself back up. And I've done that before. Working at Walmart, man, when I was homeless on the streets in Taos, and I was sleeping at the park for 6 months, working at Walmart at the same time. So I got myself an apartment. But it was so hard to keep up with everything, especially living by yourself. And roommates, that shit's difficult. Like being around people, personalities and crap. And I'm not much of a talker. Like on this, I can conversate. It's a video diary. Most of the time, I'm by myself. I don't say much. When I have roommates, I prefer to be in my room playing my game. If I'm not working, I don't want to sit there and conversate for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Like, Jesus Christ, man, give me a break. My brain. Like, who wants to do that? And that's a lot of the roommates I've had. It's just talkers. I spent a lot of time in the woods, dude. I'm not big on conversation like that. I can do it, sure, but I have an emotional battery charge that runs out fairly quickly. Like, it does not take long for that battery to just be like, no, we're out. I can't do this no more. Hell, even Lola, that's why she got like that. It's because I'm like it. Most of our dogs will adapt to how we are, and she's very like that. After a while, she's like, no, I'm good. Too many people. So there's definitely some problems going on in this country right now, man. I thought they were bad before. This is a new one that, if it's not handled properly, and the language is too vague, who's to say who's mentally disturbed? Like, we've had cases of these so-called doctors admitting people into psychiatric centers, and then the psychiatric centers releasing them a few days later because there's nothing wrong with them. It was a doctor's bias. That happened to me in Rome because I was talking shit about Obama, drone striking children in Yemen, over 125,000. And I had a panic attack. I had no clue what that was. I had never had one before. All I knew was I couldn't breathe. I thought there was something blocking my airways. And I go in, and the dude tries to lock me up for being manic. Like, being passionate about something, especially when we're bombing the shit out of countries and we're not caring about the casualties. It's a casualty of war. How about we stop warring? How about we mind our damn business? How about you pull out of all these things? We are tired of being in consistent, constant, never-ending wars. And anyone that disagrees with that, you're a warmonger. 30 years is not enough for you? How much more do you need? Until it's your son, your daughter being shipped off, you yourself, because they've run out of our children to send to war, so now they're sending the people themselves, the adults. I mean, at some point, 35 ain't going to be a cutoff. They're going to go above that. They're going to pull ex-service members, anything. Like, we need to stop this dumb shit, man. We're all over it. Like, I gave Trump the benefit of the doubt because he was doing what he had to do, and now he's just, I know they bought you out, dog. You got scared. All those assassination attempts scared you. So you bow down like a dog. Actually, a dog at least has loyalty. I don't like Biden either, so don't get me wrong. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. Hell, I won't even call myself independent. I don't like labels. Don't put me in a box. Baby doesn't like to be in a box. So don't do it. I always hated that, man. You have to be this or that. It's like football. If you're a Broncos fan, I can't talk to the Cowboys fans because they're my enemy. What? You live right next door to them, Bob. What are you talking about? Your enemy. You have Sundays dinners with them. But when football comes on, your enemies, it's conditioned us very much so. And I am not a fan anymore. I've grown tired of this shit. And to be honest, if you come for me and my dog, you're not ready for what's going to happen. Because those of us that have dogs, they're our lives. They're our everything. So if you take our dogs, we will fight. And it's the 5% that's going to change things, not the well-to-dos, not the normies, not the people that bow down and kowtow and follow along with the program and never question anything. You are not going to be the ones to do jack diddly squat. Let's be quite honest. You're too complacent. You're too compliant. You don't think the system is broken. It's fine. I'm doing fine, but yet more than half of the country is suffering. If it's not your backyard, you don't give a shit. And I've seen that time and time and time again. If it doesn't affect me, why should I care? Because it's going to. Sooner or later, the trickle effect, the butterfly effect, you ever heard of it, will start to hit others. It may not seem like it right away, but it will. And there will be no escaping it. I mean, this has all been a plan. They're all two sides to the same damn coin anyway. It was always my concern with Trump, was as soon as Biden set up all that crap, Trump was going to come in and finish the job. Just like Obama did for Biden, and Bush did for Obama, and Clinton did for Bush. It's all a plan. Ever since JFK got assassinated, no president hasn't been under the sight of a gun. And we know it. Now, what do we do about the situation? Well, I mean, there's been plenty of people saying the right things on what we should do. Stop participating. Like, a lot of us that are like this, like myself, have stopped participating years ago. We're done. I'm not giving my life to a corporation that treats me like a number and can care less about my well-being. That will fire me before I can get my benefits, so I can't get my dental plans, even though my teeth are completely shot. But then they expect me to work 70, 80 hours a week. Barely ever home. Only time I was home was to shower, eat, and sleep. That's it. Felt like I was never home because I was sleeping most of the time. Working 7 days a week. 6 if I was lucky. Maybe I'd get one day off, but fortunately in Walmart I was kind of integral in that place. So it was necessary for me to be there, and I loved it. If it wasn't for the shitty managers that started taking over, I would still be there to this day. It's another thing we need to start looking at, man. Like, going through, these corporations need to really start looking at their employees, and mainly their managers. So I've seen one too many corrupt managers. Power corrupts. It's just how it is. It takes a very special human being not to allow any position of power to inflate their ego. I mean, what's the point, dude? Like, you rely on these people. They are your team. They are your co-workers. They are your compadres. You need them. Without them, the machine starts to break down. Pieces go missing. The machine doesn't work right. So, keep them oiled, keep them greased. Meaning, keep them well paid, keep them well fed, keep them happy. And they will work like absolute machines for you. That's just something that's lost on these damn corporations. Why? Because profit has become more than human life. We don't care. As long as we can make $1 off of it. Your dollars are meaningless. First and foremost, they're not backed by anything. The gold standard was removed in the 70s. It is no longer applicable. If our economy collapses tomorrow, we're screwed. It's paper. You might as well wipe your butt with it. You can't do anything else. Maybe use it to start a fire. That's why we need to go after the gold system again. It's why they got rid of Gaddafi. He was going for the gold. He was going to switch over from paper currency, get rid of the central banking system, and then all of a sudden, he's gone. Curious, all of a sudden became our enemy. He's a bad man, and we're any better? Not us, per se, our government. And there is always that separation. We, the people, are not the government. Those are two separate things. And they have forgotten their place. You don't boss us around. You don't tell us what to do. We tell you what to do. We pay your paycheck. I know I worked at one point in my life, so even if it was a day, I'm still a taxpayer. So eat it. I'm tired of this crap, man. Tired of feeling like we always have a scope on us. And it should not be like that. And it really is at this point. We're in more danger than we realize. It's not a Republican Democrat thing. It's a system that's meant to break us down, make us feel like we are machines without purpose. And people without purpose are lost and easily controlled. And that's what we are. pay your taxes. You mean the 60% of taxes we have to pay when we went to war over taxes over tea. And now we're being taxed to hell, and it's just, well, work your ass off. Like, yeah, how's that working for you, by the way? Your older generation, sure, you got to enjoy it. My millennials and Gen Zs, we're not getting that kind of treatment. Work for the rest of my life, and I probably won't own my home at all. And even when you buy the home and you own it, you still got mortgage, property taxes, and all that other crap. So you technically still don't own it. You miss a payment, they're taking your shit. Doesn't matter how much money you put into it, it's gone. How's that freedom? How does any one of us feel free? And I'm loving it. I'm seeing it more and more. People are coming out and speaking on these things. Good. Because at some point, man, we gotta stop. Like, well, I'm not political. Well, now's the time to fuck political, man. It's just look at what's going on in the world today. And it's been going on since I was a kid, since 9/11. That's what taught me. When I saw those demolitions going up those buildings, a plane hitting from the top does not start demolitions coming from the bottom up. That's not how that works. I'm a New Yorker. We've seen a lot of demolitions in our day. That was a demolition. I didn't get to see the first tower get hit, but when those TVs rolled in school, which they did for everybody, which is weird, almost like it was organized, odd, to get us used to war, so we stopped questioning things, just like the bombing of Iraq and Iran, just watching over live television, seeing these countries slaughtered, their people slaughtered, to numb us out. So we just, things happen. Like, no, war of this scale should never happen. 30-year war. We haven't been in, yes, we have. We have been in war consistently, whether we know it or not. You think they tell us everything? Like, seriously? You have to be naive if you think they tell us everything. Why would they lie? Because it's the government? The hell you mean? Like, you can't be that naive. No one can. A lot of people just, ignorance is bliss at the end of the day. It's easier to ignore the situation than to try to solve it. It's too big. Yeah, it's big. It's dangerous. It's crazy. The world is not what it used to be. Things are changing drastically, faster and faster. And it's either we adapt or we die, or get thrown in cages. If you think that ends with the homeless, you'll find out the hard way. It's going to start with us, and then others are deemed undesirable. Maybe it'll be black people. Maybe it'll be brown people. Maybe it'll start to be the poor whites or the middle class. Because honestly, they only need one group to be a working class. That's most likely Gen Z. No offense to you guys, but y'all kind of dumb. Let's be real about it. And it was done on purpose. They purposely dumbed you down. It's really not your guys' fault. I mean, it happened when I was a kid. When Common Core and all that shit started coming out and things got way more complicated. Just things where you could see it, like the dumbing down of America's children, because it's easier to control. If they're not smart enough to think and critical think, well, easier to take over. And again, it's not something I wanted to talk about, but this shit is crazy, bro. Like, yeah, and I get it. It's an executive order. People in states can choose not to. But there's going to be those that do. There's going to be those, and I trust and believe, there's people that need to be locked the hell up. I've seen more than my share of people in these different places that, yeah, that dude's freaking violent and he's a threat to society. Needs to be dealt with. I've seen it more than once. And thus far, most of those sanctuary cities don't really do anything about it, which is sad in its own right. Like, back in Taos, Bonnie, sweet lady, but she's schizophrenic, probably dissociative, and dealt with a lot of things. She was a harm to herself and others would harm her because of how she acted. A lot of the times I would see her with a black eye, man, 'cause she ran her mouth to the wrong person, just later one. Like, she's a danger to herself, clearly. But where does that stop? And who's to determine it? Who's the one to say, well, I believe you are a danger to yourself? Why? Well, because you're choosing the pursuit of happiness and you're walking down the highways, which is constitutionally allowed. But we deem it unsafe. And therefore, you are mentally unfit. and then we go down the roller coaster. And I'll have to prove that I'm not, which I've done that one time in my life. It was the worst experience. They put me in with a religious nutter, and whoo, that man screamed the Bible from sun up to sundown. Talk about going nuts. Those places, if you are sane, will drive you insane. I was like, dude, you got to get me out of here. He's like, you're good, man. You're not nuts. I don't even know why he brought you here. It's like, because he don't like me, because I talk shit about Obama. It's like, that may do it. It's like, well, you're good. I got released within like 10 minutes. Even though it took 3 days because they didn't want me to see the doctor. They were like prolonging it as much as possible until I threatened a lawyer, like, you are going to let me see your shrink right now. Well, it's not going to help. I guarantee it will. It didn't even take 10 minutes. It took like 5 minutes. Had a quick conversation. Oh, okay. You know what you're talking about. I may not be super knowledgeable, but I know the basis. It's despicable. This country's really starting to, I don't recognize it from a child. I mean, even as a child, man, I saw what was going on. The cost of living continuously rising, but, you know, every time they did the pay raise, which does not help at the end of the day. Our money's not backed by anything anyway. It don't help. We need to fix that first and foremost. Get our money backed by gold. If anything, we should switch from paper currency back to gold and silver, because it actually has intrinsic value. Like, even if you melt it down, whatever you do, it still has its value in gold. Do that with a dollar bill. Burn that sucker, it's worth nothing. Rip it in too many pieces, it's worth nothing. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And I really hope that the cops out there that took an oath to uphold the Constitution will look at this in a just manner and say, no, there are certain people, clearly, if the guy's going off, like, you know, a gentleman smoking drugs right there in front of a kid's park, you know, blowing down the hard stuff, then yeah, that's a danger. Especially that fentanyl stuff. You should never be smoking that around children. Shame on the people that do. I've seen that too many times. Scum. I don't care what you think. You scummy. Smoking that shit around kids, you a scumbag. And that's got to be fixed, man. And we got to do it humanely, too. Just throwing people in jail. And, well, we can put them in shelters. There's not enough shelters. I've been in quite a few places now and checked out quite a few shelters. They all have waiting lists of 20 and up. And that's in the smaller places. In the big cities, shoot, you ain't getting in there until years later. And by that time, you're falling into all sorts of things if you're not careful. Don't understand. The mentality is so broken. We pay rent to live on a planet that's free. We pay for water. We pay for electricity, even though, man, the name of Nikola Tesla tried to get us that electricity, which also Musk had a company named Tesla. Never once tried the free energy program. Shame on you. Fucking shame on you. Not once. But you're going to give us AI robots talking. This is the problem, man. They seem all right, and then they're doing things like all of them do, little steps. They may not seem big, but they're little steps to point us in the wrong direction every time. And all the presidents have done it. The Congress members have done it. These rich billionaires have done it. They just play. Like Shakespeare said, the world's a stage, and we are but actors. Like, they are the best actors of all. Chances are, let's be honest, probably not even human at this point. I don't think a human can do these kind of things and still have a moral compass, to be quite honest. Like, yeah, I'm just going to lock up people willy-nilly. Like, well, it's not going to be everybody. How do you know? Are they going to have psychiatrists right there on site when they're trying to arrest people to give them a psychic or psychiatric evaluation? I don't think so. And who's to say? I've met plenty of those people in those positions that abuse their power and just say whatever the hell they want, and they can. And you're deemed so. Happened all the time back in the day. Still happens to this day. It will not stop them from lying. We got so many problems, man. Oh, it's just time for a revolution at this point. I don't even care. Just need to be done with this shit. And it's put me in a position now. That it has. Come at us. Try to take my little one from me. I'll start it my damn self. All it takes is the right maneuvers, the right person. Stand up to a corrupt government, and we are one of the most corrupt governments in the world. We build bases in other countries and declare it democracy, which, by the way, we're a republic. We are not a democracy. Can we please get that right? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. This is the big one, under God, indivisible, with liberty or nothing at all. Yeah, people kind of forget that we are a Christian nation, a godly nation. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you don't got some kind of moral values. I'm not saying you need religion to have a moral compass. It does help. But then I've met people that have ultra-religious said, don't practice. Don't practice what they preach either. Just horribly so. I know I'm rambling, but there was a lot going on in my brain yesterday after I saw that. Just normally not even, I don't give a damn. Like, whatever. They're going to do what they do anyway. But this one hits close. Because there are plenty of us out there that just want to live our lives. Want to be left alone. I want to live the Robin Hood lifestyle. And if I'm keeping my area clean and I'm not messing up the environment and I'm showing respect to the environment and the people around me and causing no issues, leave me alone. That is my pursuit of happiness. Who the hell are you to tell me I can't? Who the hell are you to take millions of acres of our land and use them for nothing? See so much with the homeless. Most of those people that trash those areas are the ones that have the mental issues, are the ones that have the drug problems. That needs to be dealt with, yes, but there's a subset of us, about 30%, probably closer to 20, because there's 10% of other factors, but about 20% of us that just want to be left the hell alone, to want to live our lives the way we deem fit, because it's supposed to be America, and that's supposed to be how it works. The pursuit of happiness, and how you feel that is, as long as you are not hurting anyone else in the process. You are supposed to be allowed to do so. And we are far, far away from that. Get told what to do, what to think. How are we any different than the communists, exactly? Well, Fidel Castro is horrible. He tells the people what to do, what to think, what to feel. Sound familiar? Aren't we there right now? We get told what to do all the time. We get told what's right to say and what's not right to say. All the time. You'll be canceled if you say the wrong thing. Good thing I don't give a shit. Cancel me, I don't give a damn. Care about your likes or your algorithms or your TikToks or your YouTubes. Thankfully, YouTube's a lot more chill about that. They're less censory, to be honest. I think they kind of learned that's not the way to go. They got a lot of backlash, which stick with it, dude. You'll be one of the few apps that actually, allow freedom of speech. There's nothing wrong with. I mean, there's consequences for your freedom of speech. You say the wrong thing to somebody, you might get knocked out. But, freedom of speech. I'm about it. Say what you want. Just, respect the consequences if it's the wrong thing being said. Someone might take offense. But I think that's going to be about it. I mean, I really don't feel like there's much else to say about this. I do want to see a change, a drastic change, not just these little bullshit changes. I'm so tired of, oh, look, he's going to change everything, and then they flip-flop every goddamn time. Stop with the flip-flopping. Obama did the same shit. We're going to cause change for America. You don't give a shit about America, none of you do. And Trump, man, no New Yorker liked his ass. Like, no one likes that guy. Not in New York. And then he's, we forgetting, a reality TV star. He's an actor. Just so you know. In fact, they're all kind of actors. And we're just the pawns. And they're just with the pieces. Like, these dumb sons of bitches don't see what's going on. No, we do. We're growing very tired. And you may have just put some of us into a corner. And it's only going to take just a few. To cause a massive amount of change. It's not going to be the 90% of the well-to-dos that don't want their lives to change because it's decent for them. Their neighbors are screwed, but it's decent for them. Not the way. This is Monty, Little Miss Lola, signing off.